Okie dokie. Time to start this episode by looking at a corpse.
What on earth is wrong with you?
What can I say? My stab waifu has left and inspired me.
We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm stab squared.
Please send help, Anator. Isn't it interesting how the morgue, it's all like Dutch angled here? Like everything's all...
Man, why is it always gotta be Dutch angles? What about French angles or like Canadian angles? Why does Dutch angles get all the recognition? Stop looking at me like that.
Hold on, I need to go get a knife. I guess we're nearly done.
Yeah, the trial has to start in this episode.
And this has got to prove that last thing we're waiting on.
Yep.
Kyoko? I should ask Kyoko about that group photo, but I'm going to put it off. After all, she's in it too.
Yes, ask the confessed amnesiac.
Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is it?
It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer.
Well, why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment.
Yeah, exactly like I said.
I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer.
I believe that, and I agree. That's a really good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. I guess only 2 people saw it, which is enough to mean that in the trial there's going to be 3 people. There's going to be several people who are arguing against Makoto.
Yeah. And
meanwhile, Toko and Kyoko and Makoto are going to be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There could not possibly be any other explanation.
Right.
Right, let's get to it.
To the nitty-gritty.
It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies, but who cares about the fridge? Let's get to Mukuro's body. I can't do it. I can't look inside, despite having seen people that I've, like, my high school crush. I've seen her stabbed to death in my bathroom. We've gone through countless murder trials, analyzing wounds, sort of.
Chihiro brutally strung up.
And after all of that, I can't do it. I can't look inside. I'm not saying it's not traumatic, but there's a degree of desensitization, man. Come on.
Okay, well, I guess we just leave her to it then.
Okay. I'll go stand over in the corner then.
We did talk to Genocide Jill, and those letters do come before K. In the alphabet.
Oh, yeah. At the end of last episode, we realized we were talking to
Everyone
everybody
alphabetically.
in alphabetical order, and then even Kyoko totally still fits with it. Oh,
Theming.
at some point, someone got this tart from the biolab. How has this been updated? But, well, whatever, it has.
Yeah, we already...
Knew
did we
that.
already have that?
Can I take a moment to say we've never actually looked at any of this back here?
Oh my god.
I mean, there's bugs and frogs and brains, apparently.
Kind of looks like there might be a fetus in one of them.
Oh my god!
The top shelf.
I'm
next
good.
To next to the starfish.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah.
Well, there's only one thing left we haven't looked at. There's only 2 things left we haven't looked at.
Oh, we already looked at that. No, it is the only thing it can be if leaving, isn't it? So, on the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on. But these ones aren't.
It would seem the blue lights come on when a slot is occupied.
Right. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, I'm finally going to notice that the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's. Well, also compared to last time, this time we knew for a fact that Mukuro's body
That's true.
not only wasn't in the
garden, yeah.
in the garden, but is in fact here.
Yes.
Because it could have been that the body was just thrown somewhere else.
like
Okay,
in the Monokuma plant.
Yeah, but now we know for a fact. There's 9 in all. 9 lights.
There are only 4 lights! I think I made that joke last time.
Whew.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done.
Already? Gee, that was fast.
I'm very experienced at corpse examination. Anyone can do good work if they go slow.
I know,
In that
even
spirit,
us.
I'll make my report brief.
So what'd you find?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death.
We knew the stomach wound was inflicted after death, and we were pretty sure that the back of the head was as well.
Yeah.
But we weren't positive on it.
True.
Really?
The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings.
I mean, we've already come to the conclusion that this was Mukuro dressed up as Junko,
yeah.
killed by the Gungnir.
Mhm.
So that means that neither of those were the fatal injury, right? And you know, we also know for a fact about like the scar,
Yeah.
like the fact that Mukuro didn't have any other wounds.
Right.
Anyway, it's just like we had considered that stuff as possibilities before,
But this
but we had
cements it,
already
yeah.
come to the conclusion that, and this verifies that conclusion. So what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. I mean, that's the hint, isn't it?
Yeah!
Isn't that the hint? They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Oh yeah, the body was covered with other wounds, but these were released several days ago. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Huh.
Because
All the Monokuma file says they were inflicted at least several days ago.
Which is why we assumed it was Gungnir when we saw it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't see the pound head on wall! I guess I don't see the difference.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old,
However,
but that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder.
Right. Why, we sort of never really thought that. Are you saying they are? Well, we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed.
Why are you still following and believing that Monokuma's playing fair?
Also, don't you remember how I was going on and on and on about why we didn't... Yeah, anyway. So, if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
so then,
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days?
What?
at the very least,
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you?
I mean, yes. One of many possibilities, huh? Sounds like us, doesn't it?
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning, guys.
Very nice. Thank you, Kyoko.
Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
Oh, yeah? She said it! She's the one who said it!
in other words,
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense.
Oh, yeah?
Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities.
Is this just describing this Let's Play?
Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work.
Is she just describing this Let's Play?
But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Is she just describing this channel?
Nice!
And it's even a truth bullet, but that's like to actually discuss the wound thing.
Yeah, so if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time.
I think I will take you up on that, but first, let's make sure we know what this is. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The after death part, of course. All right, I do want to know about the condition of the body. There was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so,
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right?
You remembered all that?
I'm the ultimate detective.
I remembered...
You remembered the boob size, I'm sure.
Yes, I did, but I also remembered the height and weight. Because I spent time looking at it. What can I...
They are indeed consistent with the courts.
So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's
Kyoko!
absolutely no mistake.
Are you alright?
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro Ikusaba.
I like how she puts that.
Which means there's one student unaccounted for. Is that all you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I think so. I guess we'll deal with the other stuff in the trial.
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here, and I'm concerned Genocide Jill might come back.
Oh, wait, are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair.
Maybe she wasn't, though. Like, okay, when we got that message about another
second despair, yeah.
second despair, you know, that could be something like Junko and Makoto.
Mm-hmm.
Or of course it's Mukuro and Junko.
Right.
Or Mukuro and person we are calling Junko.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys have heard us blather on and on and on and on and on and on and on about it for so long. But I mean, again, look at the tie. You can't see the face and boob size because that's highly scientific. We've made our point. Anyway. So, wouldn't it actually be sad, though, if Mukuro wasn't Ultimate Despair?
Yeah, that would be really sad.
But...
Well, like, I commented when it happened, she seemed like, why did this happen? Like, she seemed shocked that it happened to her.
Yeah, you noticed then with the... Because we found those things suspicious right away, and we even were saying... Like, we were even thinking that it was something... Like Junko might have been the murderer of Sayaka.
Yeah.
And that's why she was like, me? Why was it me?
But then we just kind of focused, there was a bunch of other stuff, you know.
But I guess that part was actually correct. The me, why me, turned out to be true.
Yeah.
So you're right, that, no, Mukuro was disguised and had to have known.
Yeah.
So, anyway, still, she got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow?
Well, yeah, but still.
You really are naive. You know that?
Yeah, Makoto is really naive.
It's really quite appalling.
We have been complaining about it, yeah. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can do here.
I do think Makoto is naive, and I do also think that sometimes wanting to believe in people is often called naive.
Right.
I don't think that that's always the case. I think sometimes it most definitely is the case. Perhaps even most of the time,
Yeah,
but not
but I
all
don't
the
think
time.
in this case. I think he's just showing human decency.
I mean, we've been called naive in some of the early episodes. And it's just like pushback against that, you know?
Yeah.
The idea that just because we think people ought to do things that we think they should do, ought to do.
Yeah.
That's not naivete.
Yeah.
But there is a thing is, you can be naive, and I mean Makoto is.
Yeah, that's
is
true.
like that.
Back to our separate investigations, yes?
Only one more room. Oh, wait, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of important, isn't it? I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. Also, by having it be Kyoko's notebook and having Kyoko here to talk about the body, that just further reinforces... It's like it's like the writing of the game is actually putting certain things in our mind.
Yeah.
Like how conveniently Makoto remembered Junko recently. Like the only reason for that was to make sure it's in our minds.
Right.
To remind us it's something we could think about. Anyway, if I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko, I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't because I'm unreasonably embarrassed by this, but I feel like I have to ask.
Go ahead then. Out with it.
Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean?
Well, You know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
I do, yes.
Remember how I stole your dad's handbook because you didn't want it?
Yes. But to get into any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to.
Yeah, but your dad. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers?
That
My
is-
girly mags!
That is an understatement, Kyoko. That is an understatement. Yasuhiro, I thought you didn't want anything to do with me. I'm a ghost!
I'm on the same floor, I'm close enough.
I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook. You mean notebook? Whatever.
It's a book that goes in the pocket, what do you want?
Fair enough.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us.
Yeah, about that,
After all, we only got access to that area just recently.
were you ever around when Makoto said that he found those photos?
What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers.
And Monokuma wanted Makoto to see the photo and nobody else. Again,
I
part of
don't think she was there for any of them. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker?
everything you just said does make perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too?
Yeah, we never did get to see... Didn't we say that everybody should have watched everybody else's video back then?
Yeah!
You know, it's like another time I mentioned, probably in Persona, like according to like scientific research, it's quite duplicatable. The more you know about an individual person's past, the more empathetic you become towards them.
Yeah!
So that means if you want to induce empathy in people, you make sure that they know each other's background, especially key traumatic incidents. That statistically generates empathy.
Yeah.
And the more empathy people have for each other, the
Less
better
likely they're gonna kill each other.
the better people are going to treat each other. At least the better.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah.
necessarily good, but it is something that can be controlled. So, anyway. Video?
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture.
Yeah, we think so too.
Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined.
I've been getting that from other people, but yes, maybe not worse, but what are you talking about?
I need to go investigate those lockers, right now. You left the pocketbook back in the locker, right?
I can just give it back to you. I mean, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't have it. You only didn't take it because it was your dad's and you didn't want it.
I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes.
You should look in Yasuhiro's locker, too. Oh, yeah, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook.
There you have it.
After all, it would seem that it's my locker.
Your locker, you're right.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so... Oh, no, this is something different. This is the headmaster's video for Class 78, which is us. A DVD, huh? And it says Class 78 urgent interviews.
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Really?
It was probably behind the painting, behind the picture, like in the frame.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself.
Behind the painting? There was a painting in there?
No, the picture. That's why I corrected myself. The picture of him and Kyoko.
Oh, when she said hidden... I know, you're right.
Yeah.
When you said hidden room, I was thinking back...
The first one?
To the first hidden room.
Gotcha.
I mean, there had to have been some value in all those documents. And whose room was that? Well, I guess we'll never know. Mukuro's, I guess, but Mukuro, Junko, whatever, already had her own room.
Yeah. I think you'll realize exactly what it means.
Especially by this point.
You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before.
Pretty sure we've already got it, but let's get the deets. Ah! Kill me! Kill me, please!
BT dubs.
Kill you too? Look, 2 wrongs don't make a right, Billy.
Oh, works in math.
No, 2 negatives...
Make a positive in multiplication.
Yeah, but negative and positive, Billy... I'll shut up, I'm sorry. I'll give this victory to you.
Yay! A hard-earned victory it was.
None of this makes any sense right now.
I agree.
But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
Are you describing this Let's Play? This has been the most meta conversation, and of course it comes from Kyoko. Ramble?
In other words,
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings.
Yeah, we know. You're talking about your dad, right?
I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life.
It's true. At least you did get to see that picture, though. And all because of the mastermind.
however,
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness.
The mastermind has killed so many people here. And killed your father.
Who knows who else?
And who knows how many
I mean, we know
others.
there's at least one other person who got executed at the very beginning.
How many other classes have there been? And... well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the same person, though. But
Right.
It might be. It might be. But not only that, of course, there's, her dad, whatever else may be between them, her dad has provided so many clues that are absolutely invaluable. So in some ways, her father also saved her and everyone else, and she has to deal with that. I mean, her own sort of, not quite worldview, but like her sort of inner motivations that she's always had, like her strong feelings on these matters, have all been ripped to pieces by this. So it's kind of amazing that she has come to the place where she has.
Something just occurred to me, Damon.
Yeah?
What if the person killed at the beginning was her father?
Bones came out.
Left nothing but bones behind.
Bones came out, you're right.
We couldn't see his face because of the thick blindfold. It didn't show us his face in the picture.
And it was crazy. You're right. And it was like the crazy
It wasn't like
animation.
a regular execution.
Right, it was like this crazy art style too. It was how the game began. And again, bones came out, and we found the rocket, meaning it couldn't be that long ago.
Right.
What I mean is, if it would have been like 50 executions ago, we wouldn't have found it.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. That's got to be it. I mean, we see bones.
Yeah.
What else are we supposed to do? There's only two places we've seen bones in this game. So how can we not connect the two, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Never even thought of that. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I
I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that.
He took your confrontation with your father away. He took away from you the ability to have your father tell you that he loved you.
And her memories.
Yeah, maybe he even did say that, and she never got to find out.
Maybe they did reconcile.
Maybe. I
Well,
mean,
they did to some degree because of the pocketbook.
Yeah, I kind of doubt. Well, you're right.
some degree.
Doubt to some degree. But the point is, she had that, and the mastermind took that away too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination, and again, I wonder if she's not actually the main character of the game.
Right?
The determination to defeat the mastermind.
Thankfully, it doesn't seem like Kyoko's absorbed the soul of any one of the dead students. Eyes burning. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way.
Or is it that Kyoko has absorbed the spirit of somebody who's died?
Maybe.
Now, if you want to call this looking too deep into things, you'd be absolutely right, and we don't mean
Welcome
it.
to the channel.
We don't mean it, for goodness sake.
I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered?
You'll be asking that question for a long time.
It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess.
I really don't have any right to jump in. Well, maybe that's not entirely true, but... She let out a small laugh as she said it. But her smile was filled with sorrow.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth.
Yeah, you're right.
Whether that truth serves justice or suffering,
Well, the truth doesn't serve anything. The truth is just the truth. What's real is just real.
I think she might be saying whether the truth is good or bad.
Yeah, I still completely disagree with that. We got some nicely worded comments about this, and I appreciate it. Keep all the "shut up, Damon, you're wrong" comments coming. But I actually do think there's something inherently good about truth. I just can't imagine a value structure where
Psychologically, truth is good.
not just that. I can't imagine a value structure where truth is wrong.
I see what you're saying.
Even if it's something you don't want to see, even if it's something you don't like, and even if it's something you don't approve of, even if it's something you don't believe, if it's real, it's still real.
Yeah.
Rejecting reality doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anything. You will never be happy. Or at the very least, you'll never be fulfilled if you just reject what's real. So I am indeed saying that the truth is an unequivocal good. I mean, I suppose you could... little white lies are different.
Right.
And I don't even... I guess Immanuel Kant got way too obsessed with the idea of white lies, but that's not really what I'm talking about. And I do think that there are things that some people probably don't need to know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can agree with that theoretically, but specifically, I also think it's garbage, and I think that we should know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe in transparency. That's why every time I see this, the truth doesn't serve one thing, like good or evil, and it's like, I think that if you believe in the idea of good being separate from the truth, that your conception of good is
warped.
I don't want to... I mean, if I say warped, that feels like it might be throwing out an accusation. That's not what I mean, but... Well, I've said enough.
Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst.
What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope.
I know. I agree. Haven't we also... In all the bad ends we've gotten, haven't they also always been related to the truth?
Yeah.
And how I was seeking them?
Yep.
And for that matter, haven't I also advocated for the truth? Mm-hmm. Like saying, show everybody else the videos.
Yeah.
Everybody else needs to read all these secrets right now.
Yeah.
It's advocating for the truth. Anyway. Absolutely not. Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know?
Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial.
Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Plus, there's still Yasuhiro. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. Especially if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose!
I mean, like, the drive for truth is like a basic primal driving force in life for humans. For, like, humanity. And it's like, I'm not trying to be so grandiose as to say, like you don't have to be a philosopher or a scientist or something to search for the truth. You know, it's like I'm not trying to make it seem like it's something above the station of the common man or something ridiculous like that.
Absolutely. Hey, Yasuhiro!
Oh God! Starts to climb into the plant. Wah! Makoto!
Dude, did you just say gua?
Would you prefer guar?
What?
They're a Swedish rock band.
What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. Are you thinking that I just never existed in the first place?
No, I... Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry.
Get away from the plant! Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Ah, the oldest person here.
Acting like a child.
Yasuhiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Like I'm some sort of an occult bugaboo. Why?
I love that phrase, that term, bugaboo.
I got it from you.
I know, that's why I keep using it.
You keep using the word bugaboo because I got it from you?
No. I mean, that's why, because I like it, that's why I keep using it, you see.
Oh, now that makes more sense, but that's not what you said. See?
That may not have been what I said, but shut up.
But it's not the truth, Billy.
Ah, that's fair. So, let's take a look-see.
What was in that box?
That's where the DVDs were.
Yeah, I was wondering if anybody put it back.
Why would they?
Okay, so this DVD player should play DVDs just fine. Guess I'll take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. Did anybody...
Oh crap, I forgot to take the camera cap off.
Did anybody edit this? I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long. There she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
The voice sounds familiar.
I'm a little slow, you know.
No, that was Mondo's voice actor. Which again, sharing voice actors is normal.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much.
We had wondered if this was something you had to opt into.
Right.
Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that?
Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school?
Accept.
What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now.
Does that mean he's going to start piecing it all together?
But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again.
That's part of the memory manipulation.
She wanted to so much so that she was willing to kill for it. And she wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen.
Oh.
My eyes darted back to the screen for the next person. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ah!
Ah, it's been a while.
What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation.
Are you kidding? With an expression like that, it seems like Makoto is about to leap over the table.
Yeah, I mean, Sayaka's tense face, right? But I, the I and the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it, and I seriously haven't noticed that all the weird memory stuff, there's no way anybody could know this sorts of things that have been happening throughout. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said
I'm
yes.
sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Jeez.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. Aoi. I wonder if we're going to get to the part where it shows Junko.
Maybe. No!
Everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Must have been...
Yeah. Whoopsie! Looks like it broke. Out of service. Now no one else can look at the DVD.
I thought you required us to solve every mystery in this school. Yet here you are actively preventing us from doing that.
No. You can make it come out in the trial, Makoto. Right?
It just so happened to break just now.
Now then, when? Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Failure my ass! You cut the power on purpose! Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, surely it'd just be more of the same and
But
wasn't...
we can't look at Junko.
He'd asked them a question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone.
I suppose Kyoko and Sakura actually noticed this.
Yeah. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So, does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten?
Yes!
He for me, he for me, he for me, he for me.
You say my name 3 times, and like Beetlejuice, I have returned!
Oh, it's that easy?
I mean, I'm a ghost, but...
You know, he for me remembered right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Or... I see.
Well, here it comes.
There has to be an end.
As he said, we're in true ending mode, right?
Yeah.
And games come to a close, right?
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start.
Yeah,
Yes?
actually.
There is no night that doesn't have a dawn.
Don't you start getting philosophical with us.
Start? He's always been doing that. As far as we know, isn't that
true.
what the ultimate despair is?
I suppose so,
Trying
yeah.
to prove evil nihilism, the superiority of bad guy McBad guyness.
Although that dawn is totally pitch black.
There we go.
Your face is totally pitch black.
Well, half of it.
I guess you're right, yeah.
There is no storm that won't eventually end.
Except on Jupiter. Isn't it like eternal?
Yeah.
Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is a promise of a new beginning.
A new class
Which is
trial.
why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning.
Because there's more games in this series?
Maybe?
Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
Oh boy.
Well, this is it then. The end, or perhaps the beginning of Class 78?
Yeah.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The trial with everything on the line. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line.
Until Danganronpa 2.
I guess that's true.
Well, I suppose it's different people, so that kind of counts.
I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
You're early, Makoto.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared?
We feel prepared.
Yeah.
Makoto doesn't, but he doesn't have to. Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon.
And just like she said... Byakuya? Byakuya! They arrived, one after another. But they were all in the same state of shock. Oh, great. Bitter Asahina is worst Asahina.
Yeah.
Aoi. Yasuhiro. Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was a deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
you called for me and so I appeared.
I'm late. Strong silent master is best master. So cool and hot, my loins are ablaze.
Yeah.
Now listen, everything will just be fine if you leave it to me.
What?
My beautiful scissors!
With my scissor-sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil.
But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys.
Turns out adorable little bears work too. If it's what master wants, it could be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it.
Oh, good.
Where am I?
Thank goodness. Because I really don't think that if Monokuma was able to not be killed by Sakura, then I really
Yeah.
don't think that Genocide Jill could handle it.
No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now.
You find her easier to deal with too, huh?
Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see. Well then, let's begin. This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair, climaximum sorrow. Ooh, someone say climax?
Climaximum. That's pretty good.
That's fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you You mean this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know. If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year, whether I won or not. I'm gonna win this game super fair and super square.
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than to hope. Was that some kind of stupid pun?
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already.
I'm just not even gonna get provoked by Monokuma anymore.
Sure. Let's begin the trial
Until
already.
the next time I'm provoked by Monokuma.
Oh, you know,
I may as well be honest.
I'll be waiting for you down below.
Guys.
So don't try and run away.
Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
Whatever.
My feelings exactly.
Name of my family.
This will be over in no time.
For some reason, I say inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Toko too, huh?
She must have seen the...
Nobody
Photo.
made eye contact. Nobody said a word. You must be right. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd.
You're the only person who didn't see the photo before, see?
Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you?
I wonder if everybody saw a picture where they weren't there.
Or they're assuming that everyone else is lying because they were in the picture.
That's probably it right there. Yeah, I think so. Shouldn't they? I mean, Celeste.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste said a lot of this stuff out loud. Mondo too.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't. Like there were people who knew that there was no way that other people should be able to know what they
Right.
had.
Yeah, the secrets.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon at
Oh.
an appropriate point in the trial.
Oh, you'll hear all about it from Byakuya and Aoi, I'm sure.
At the class trial.
You're right. I'm ready.
so
Ready to win, right?
We're always ready to win. Of course.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening. Step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator.
Isn't it good we're getting so much mileage out of this one frame?
That's a good point.
Why am I always the one pointing it out?
I'm glad that you're so interested in art assets for the game, Yasuhiro.
Well, someone has to be.
Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper it fell. What is this, Silent Hill 2? Or...
Yeah.
I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later. I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes.
Huh.
This is the final trial site, huh?
Interesting. Seems kind of sparse a little, you know? Like it was just kind of thrown together at the last second.
Yeah, it's
Not really furbished.
It's not really a room for gaudy stuff.
Yeah. What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
I don't care.
It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Of course, you're only saying that
Yeah.
because we all know, you even said it yourself.
Thrills, chills,
Well then, let's begin!
I still wonder what has stopped everybody from just all voting for... Well, no, I guess if everybody just voted for Monokuma... Yeah, that's really why it had to happen this way. If everybody just voted for Monokuma... Well, as it turns out, Monokuma is the person who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, so
Yeah.
they'd win. That's why he had to make sure that couldn't be the criteria.
Yeah.
I am really going to miss Cool and Composed, but the abilities that we got for the bullet time battle
Make up for it, yeah.
were really effective, so there we go. I suppose starting the class trial probably isn't a good idea.
Probably not. We're almost... We wouldn't really have much time in this episode.
Right, so we'll go ahead and cut it here.
We'll just start with the class trial in the next episode.
Yep. And presumably that means we're pushing towards the ending, right?
I'm kind of excited.
Kind of.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.